Nelson, tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a chief resident.
Okay, so it's 24/7 work. Like my phone is ringing right now, and I received like 2 or 3, 4 calls when I was in a cab on my way here. It's amazing, Like, we go through medical school. We learn how to treat and treat patients and deal with diseases, but we don't get like too much admin exposure during our medical education. At least I didn't have it. Like when I did my med school in Panama, then I did my internship. I didn't have any admin exposure. And I think that this is a great opportunity to have some sort of administration exposure, which is great because you don't know when are you going to be in a leadership position in the near future. What we do basically, it's scheduling. We also are going through the process of interviewing applicants for internal medicine residency right now. But for me, the reason why I became an chief medical resident is I tried to be the mentor that I didn't have when I was a first year. Like one of the things that I really recommend for everyone who is starting in the world of medicine and research is to have a great mentor, right? Like someone who can guide you through this process and tell you like, you shouldn't do this, you should do this. Like I did this and I failed. Like it's gonna save you a lot of time. So for me, like I always tell my co-chief, like for me, the PUA ones, the first year residents are like my kids. They're my kids.
Yeah.
On the second year residents, it's a little bit different. They're going through a different process. They're more focused now on applying to fellowship. You just want to be there and support them and guide them also. So yeah, I mean it's a great experience. I'm really enjoying this experience. Like previous chief were telling me like it takes a lot of you. Actually, it does take a lot of you, but it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah. You mentioned a couple of things I want to highlight. One is we all remember who our chiefs were our first year when we were first years.
Absolutely.
We all do, whether they were good or bad.
Exactly.
So you want to be that person that people are going to remember positively.
Mm-hmm.
Being a chief was one of the most transformative experiences in my professional academic career. I always loved to teach. I was able to develop that. Obviously, helped to match into a strong fellowship program. I learned so much about leadership, communication, about career development. I interviewed a lot of people for residency and gained a lot of insight into that process. I think it made me a better communicator. So again, the disadvantage is time is what we were talking about earlier. You spend a year, there's only so much time you can invest in training, and you're always trading that future potential income as an attending for more training now. That's true if you decide to do fellowship as well. Of course, it's decisions that we make. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think overall it was a great investment of time. Doing this 1 year as chief was really great. So I fully recommend it.
Like as you mentioned, like I also developing more soft skills like communication, being more assertive in the way I talk and communicate with my co-peers, my co-residents.
How many chief residents are you guys?
We're 7.
Yeah, big program. How many residents per year?
We are 105.
Total?
Yeah.
Total, yeah. Yeah, our program was similar. We're 7 chiefs, 40 per year, so about 120 or 130 residents with the prelims. So yeah, it's challenging. I hope you're not the guy doing schedules for those.
Actually, the one who is doing schedule, right?
You and I, it's tough. It's tough doing schedule. And then they call. When I went my year as chief, like all the women decided to get pregnant.
Oh my God!
It was like filling in the schedule.
I feel you.
Was painful.